Hello there, welcome back to the Golden Horde and the Great Khan. Last time, well, we were messing about in Ming, China. Got a promise for free, actually. I'm going to experiment during this episode if they want to hand over something else for free. So we're going to basically just wait now. We're going to siege these two provinces here, and we're going to see if they want to hand me something else for free as well. That would be sweet if they did, but if they do not, then, well, I'll go home and just cry in bed, something along those lines. Anyways, we are going to send this army back to Europe, because there's no reason to have it here. It's basically, half that army got annihilated in a battle, or succession of battles, I'm a little bit unsure. So I need to send it back to Western Asia, Eastern Europe, take a pick, and repair it, which is a ridiculous way of seeing it, but that's fine. We're going to take tolerance, the first humanist idea, and with that we get an increase in religious unity by 25%. And suddenly, we have religious unity at 109%, which means that I can conquer land without getting, well, mad people for it. But yeah, the plan is to just keep on converting the land I've taken from China here. No, sorry, at the annexation of Persia. And we'll see how this plays out. Hopefully here, I'll be getting, show apparently took a province, but I can deal with that later. Now, I do have more provinces, so potentially I could actually release see later on, but I'm a little bit unsure if I will do that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll just get rid of my hiccups. We can also go for the second humanist idea, say local traditions, and we'll do just that. With that, we get national real risk -2. Of course, the other ones here are also most likely going to be taken. This one is going to be interesting, accepted culture threshold. I don't think it will actually do anything for us because we're so big, but can't hurt at least. Well, what we're basically waiting for here is these promises to be sieged so I can go through with the demands that I'm currently making, which are actually pretty damn harsh. But if I siege these two provinces, we should be able to go through with them. After that, it's Show's turn, and I'm actually allied with Manchu, which makes things a little bit interesting because they have, well, 6 provinces that belong to Shun. That is also part of China. So that could actually be a really interesting thing to do. But for now, we'll just have to wait for the sieges to finish. And again here I get a free province, this one, Shojiaku. We're going to integrate them, because we can. And unfortunately this also brings my overextension pretty scarily high. But at least here it proves the fact that I can get a lot of provinces for free if I just keep the war up and running. So I might have to consider doing this with a potential war against, well, anyone else, really. The fact that Shun and Tibet has... Oh, Novgorod is here helping too. Well, that is interesting. See, nationalists, that's not really what I wanted, but not much I can do about that right now anyways. So let's see how we're doing in terms of... They will accept the terms. So we're going to send the demands. Boom. There we go. Shun here grew by a lot of provinces. And since we also did get some provinces here for free, I'm going to sell one of them right away because it is a core. Well, sorry. We're going to have to wipe peace out first, and then I can sell a province because it is a core. And that will also bring me down below the scary threshold here. So there we go. Now, as I said, the belt in the center here is actually... I could release Xi here as a vassal, but I don't really want to. And what we're also going to do here while I'm at it is sell the Novgorod province up here and probably declare war on Muscovy too. Once we grow our forces a little bit. Byzantium, LGS, the Mamluks will accept, even though this is the... Shit. Wow, I should have waited just a little bit longer. I completely forgot myself there. That is my fault. My fault only. Can't blame anyone else there. Basically, I didn't think things through. I was going to sell a province in Novgorod, but I completely forgot about, well, everything really, and it backfired horribly. Now, the plan is to basically take the southern part and sell it to the bid, or the western part. The eastern part of Manchu will have to be conquered on its own. If I can't take all 7 of the provinces, we're probably just going to end up taking these 3. So that I can actually take the rest in another war and potentially have Manchu help me out by taking provinces in, well, another war themselves, which would be beneficial to me. But not really much I can do there. Byzantium already been defeated, good for me, good for business, good for everything. And what we are going to do now is, as I said, go for war here with these guys, and the fact they're allied with the Oirat is a little bit annoying, a little bit scary, but the Oirats are just really annoying. They're not really much else than that. They're not really scary. So show is next here. Albeit is really going to be helpful. And if I convert this, I think I sell it to Shun. So we are going to, once I get a missionary free here, which is actually really soon, convert this, sell it to Shun, and basically see if we can conquer some more territory here that we can sell. Again, to Shun. If we can annex everything from them, that would actually be helpful. But of course, it would be one hell of a diplomacy cost. Anyways, we are going with the tribal conquest here. It seems to be that is the casus belli. That will actually give me 3 provinces. So we'll test that theory and see if that's the case. Show has not too many troops. One of these armies with a general should be enough to eradicate the entire army. And they're actually marching into Tibet of all places. So we're sending that army to intercept and, well, sort them out. And basically I'm just going to siege. What am I even saying here? We're going with Manchu first. That is the point. We've got a 3 point stability too. So Manchu is the first target, and they should be fairly easily defeated, unless of course we have some interference from Oirats. If not, I'll just ignore them completely and siege Show instead. That should be a reasonable way to solve this. So I'll be going to war against Manchu. If there's any big battles or anything interesting, I'll show you. This first one will give me a little bit of a sense to how tough these guys actually are. And they're actually pretty damn tough. Scary tough, actually. Especially with that Oirat force helping them out. So I might have to join up both of my forces here just to get rid of them. Oirats are pretty damn scary, turns out. Oh, these guys are actually pretty damn rough. So I think what we'll do is just try and force the Oirats out of this, and Manchu will allow these guys to do whatever they want in South. These are not my provinces. These are not something that I need to worry about. That is my mentality going into this. So again, I'll show you the bigger battles, but smaller ones, I don't think that will be important enough to actually show. So we'll see how this plays out. Should be a victory, but just have to wait and see. Passing glory, improve reputation. Well, might as well. Shall have a support. Sounds in the court against philosopher. Should have a support. I get idea costs. -5%. I think we'll take that. It's just 250 ducats. Nothing at all. Now, if this army helps out, will I be able to trash that army? They are doing a hilarious amount of damage to me. Probably due to the fact that I have a. Again, these guys are probably going to. Yeah. That's more than 5 provinces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically, as long as this grown with 5 provinces, it's apparently the norm with this thing, which is ridiculously annoying. Now, the reason why the battles are going bad, I presume, is not due to any tech disparity on my side. It's due to the fact that I have the Shun soldiers helping out in the battle, and thus their modifiers make my cavalry damn useless. I would presume, but might be wrong. It might be that my cavalry is no longer effective at all, which seems to actually be the case, judging by how the battles are going. Oh. I might have to consider rebuilding all of my armies and then coming back sometime later. I might actually just have to go for just having Shun and Tibet, and basically just reform the government. I think that might actually be what I will have to do here. To do that, I will need some legitimacy here up going here, which will be a pain in the ass to get going. Reduce the war score. No, war exhaustion, I think. But yeah, I need to get the reformation of the government up and running here. I think we need technology and unit types that are stronger than what we currently have to be able to deal with these guys. Or I might just be a very bad general, which is also very, very plausible. But yeah, I think that's the plan now. Get legitimacy up, which is potentially done by having this guy take over. Here's a Charles still, but I think... No, I think we're just going to have to fight with the forces we have. The manpower can take the losses, and we're just going to have to add more troops to the mix here. And I'll see if I can get the Oirats out of this in a simple manner. If not, we might have to come up with a better tactic. I'll see how it goes. By considering the feat, we can actually get the Oirats out of this, and due to the amount of power they actually have shown, I think that is actually a decent strategy here. Funny thing is, considering the feat will give them enough war score, handing over a province will not be apparently good enough. So we're just going to concede defeat. That is fair with me. Muscovy is still allowed to grow without constraint. I think it's time that we potentially put some breaks into the system. But I'm still worried or working on the Chinese region. The Russian region isn't really tremendously big. It stops here. This is Western Siberia. It's not Russia. So I think still that allowing them to basically, I still haven't apparently discovered Scandinavia either, which is ridiculous. I should probably just got an alliance with them and made something there, but nothing much to say. We'll upgrade military attack here to level 13, and that should give us some artillery fire, artillery shock, basically just artillery stuff along with regimental camp. I don't have any artillery in my army yet, and that is probably the mistakes that I've been making. Probably do some artillery upgrades and basically some complete reformation of my army once we actually reform the government. It'll probably be necessary. And as I said, I'll probably rely on both Shun and Tibet as two forces that I will be using to conquer China. I'll probably be converting things for Shun, and I'll not be converting for Tibet and basically just conquer. That seems to be the option that I have right now. I don't really have much else I can do, so we'll have to see how we'll deal with this, but that, it seems to, as I said, to be the option at hand. Not much else I really can do at this stage. So we'll see how that works out. It should work out to my advantage, but it might not. We'll just have to wait and see. For now, however, we'll focus on Manchu, then we'll go back to focusing on Shou. So, as you can see, as soon as we got those guys out of the war, everything turned around, got it a lot easier. Now, I could get Lanchang out of this as well, and we're going to do that because they are basically an annoying, to some degree you could say that they're an annoying wildcard in this campaign, in this war, that I do not like, and that is basically why we're getting rid of them. So, yeah, we should be home free, more or less. All that really remains is to start sieging the provinces that are necessary to take what we want. So I'll be focusing these soldiers most likely on dealing with Shou, but I should be fine. Sending this army up also apparently due to the fact that I miscalculated and lost an army here, which is not good at all. What do I want to do with this one? I think we'll do this, and then we'll... Yeah, there's actually an Oirat army down here as well that was pretty damn annoying. Then we'll actually just set this one up for sieging purposes. 3,000 sieging squads, which is... It's a little bit of a risky side, with a 3,000 squad that can easily be wiped out by an army like this. But I don't really want to put any more troops into the effort here, so that's basically where I have to run the line. Now, one of these armies is going to be used for sieging here, the other one is going to be placed here, and this one is basically going to be my frontier army. That is why it's so big. But yeah, everything has more or less been converted. It's just one mostly get left, the other one will be sold to the Russians. So I'll keep this up and probably do a reformation of government pretty soon to get ourselves some better troops and armies. So we'll see how that plan works out. It should be interesting. So I'll finish the war up here. This should be a really simple victory. And I thought I had ordered them to get walk, but apparently I hadn't, so that's my bad. But anyways, as I said, we are more or less done with this war, I think. We are in a position where I can say that. We're also going to take EU commission here, which gives cooperation cost minus 25%. be really useful later on. And Tolerance to Heretics plus 3%, which will be useful. Not really much, but it's every little thing helps more or less. Check now, it's 1.2, so they won't give as much reroll risk as before. I think it's time that we actually invested in more diplomacy tech here. We are nearing the limit, and with that we get max colonial range plus 50, then morale increase by 0.2, maintenance by 20%, and Carracks and Caravels, which will most likely not put to use. We'll be taking indirect rule 2, give us yes a nationalism minus 10, which is really useful. And well, doing fairly well for ourselves here. We are closing in on the end of this war. It's basically been a ton of smaller wars. So what I'm going to do right now is just well, more or less slaughter the remains of the enemy armies, and once we've done that, we'll make peace with Manchu, then we'll make peace with Shou later. So we'll see how this goes. As you can see, this is the deal we will be using with the Shou. I could take Hebei to bring it up to about 100%, but rather prefer if Manchu took some more provinces of Ming, Beijing, Liaodong, and so here. Yeah, as you can see, it's going to be really expensive no matter how you look at it. So it's going to most likely take it is going to take 2 or more wars against Manchu if they conquer more or not. So we're going to take those 3 provinces, and that will be what we'll be living with in this war. Now I'm going to still be waging a war a bit longer on Shou, because I'm going to, well, waiting to get this well done. They also have some pretender rebels apparently, but I'm a little bit unsure what we'll take provinces here. I'm thinking of doing something like this, potentially, and another one. Well, potentially a couple one more over here, just to sell to Shun. But I'm a little bit unsure on the specifics here. We're just going to have to siege a little bit more, and then I'll decide what to do. I think we might as well make peace now. I just realized something that is important. I have no guarantees that well, that Tibet will actually accept any province that I try to sell to them. And as such, I think we're going to take this belt here instead. This belt will allow me to more or less guarantee that I can sell the provinces to one of the 2 here, either Tibet or Shun, and that is going to be an important part here. I'm also a little bit unsure if I should take this much. So in this first war, I'm just going to take these 4 here. That should be enough. Fortunately, it's still going to most likely create a coalition against me in the area, but again, something I think I can live with. We'll also, if this is not the case, go for the integration of Tibet pretty soon, which is why I finally sent someone to improve relations, which I honestly should have done ages ago. They also do not have anything I can hand over to Shun. I can force and release Xi, which is actually something that I'm actually contemplating doing, because if I force and release that nation, it means that I can vassalize a Cantonese nation. I can then feed the provinces too. So I think what we're actually going to do here is take these 2 and force and release Xi. So I can't actually take that one no matter what I do. I have an idea. If we Claire, take that one and force and release. Will not help. So basically I have a choice. Either I can force and release this nation, which is a gamble at best, but it could be a gamble that pays off. I don't think I can declare one of them at once, but that's fine. So I'm basically just gambling here. Let's face it, the reason why I think the Bhutans, they don't have Cantonese as accepted, so kind of same way the Persians did not have Turkmenia as accepted, but still took Baluchi and Khorasani provinces. So basically that is what I rely my information on here. That is why I want to be careful. And these guys here, I will have to choose them for 5 years, but I will then go for that vassalization, which will be short and brutal, and also give me a potential, well, easy way to get up and running. But for the time being, we'll hand over Kostroma, declare war on Ming. No, sorry. Sell Kostroma to you, and I think it's time for another war against Muscovy. It's been a while since we have harassed them properly, and also due to the extreme cost of having a 10 base tax province, we are going to publicly claim these guys rather than waiting around. So let us acknowledge the fact that I am messed up, and I will be improving places with Tibet and hopefully getting them annexed pretty damn soon. If not, I'm probably in a troublesome situation no matter how we look at it, so I'll have to get this done rather rapidly. We'll send gifts later on. But as I said, public claim, which we are currently doing, then we're going to get rid of Shun by handing it over, by getting rid of this province by handing it over to Shun, which will take it since it is such a valuable asset. So all in all, I haven't actually gotten any extra aggressive expansion during this war, which is great. Ming is allied with Aotuda still. Aotuda will most likely become war leader, but it's not something I need to be scared of. What I probably should be scared of is the fact that I forgot to make a Casus ban line, but I will get one once I annex Tibet. So sorry for a really long episode, but next time we'll go back to Muscovy, and we'll forcefully vassalize Xi, and we'll use them as more or less a feeder for show. Unless, of course, we manage to get Ming down to the level where we can actually vassalize them. But it doesn't seem to be that way. Show doesn't actually have... They have some high base tax provinces, but not too many, which makes them a fairly easy target to just pluck pieces of, more or less. Now, Novgorod is another story here. We need to get these two and probably 2 or 3, 4 provinces along the border here. The reason for that is simple. I need to cut Muscovy a little bit down to size here, because they are colonizing and they're colonizing fast. They have actually sped up their colonization. And it's nice that they're doing that, but I need to have them under my control while they're doing so. So we're definitely going after Muscovy next time. I'll see you then. Bye.